Hello and welcome to episode 18 of our Timberborn update to Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. Last time we finally got the first little bit of our, whatever you want to call this, kind of contraption water wheel thing going. And we started construction on a couple other things as well, and we attempted to begin converting this area into a tree farm. But because we have so much food stored up, and I do mean a lot of food stored up, we don't have anywhere to put the food that's already good to go. So we're kind of at the mercy of the beavers to just eat their way out of this one, and that's probably going to take a while. So we're just gonna have to go with it. I have been planting these trees gradually as the space becomes available, and since this has dried up, some of these crops are dying or will die. But we stopped planting stuff over here. Just have to make absolutely sure that those are taken care of. But yeah, until this water comes back, these things are going to be very much dying. But that's fine. We just have to get them to get rid of all of the rest of this stuff and keep planting more trees. So we really should be planting a lot more trees. We just haven't really done too much to that effect. And we have plenty over here, but I think this district... Okay, we still have tons of stuff. But I think we're okay. I don't think we need nearly as much food as we have, which is unfortunate. So I think we're going to end up just turning a lot of this stuff into tree farms as well, which is fine, I suppose. We were in a pretty big panic for a while, but I think we're going to be okay if we have 4,500 carrots and 3,400 potatoes. We have another like 900 grilled potatoes, right? It's going to be fine. We'll be all right. But I do think this means I'm going to deplant all of this stuff and then see how far out does this forestry reach. Okay, it goes right to here. So we'll just turn all of this into even more trees. We could probably keep these farmhouses here. But this means that the forester will be able to service this whole area. And as this gets going, we'll just plant some more trees individually, because I know that's going to be very irritating for some people to watch. That's okay. We'll be fine. We only have just a little bit left before the drought is over here. So let's come back over to this side and talk about this thing. Now, a number of you have suggested that we use some of these platforms instead for these central areas where all of the power shafts are. And yeah, that's probably a little bit more resource efficient. But I like the way it all looks with all the levees. And a couple of you have commented something to that effect as well. So we'll see what happens. Some of this we're definitely going to have to just kind of take as it comes. But we really need them to get these crops out of here. I guess I could make this into a pathway. Yep, that'll be fine. Water is coming back. And we have all these control towers. They still haven't... Oh, okay, there's one right here. Yeah, but it does consume science points, which is going to become a problem pretty quickly if we don't get more power so we can turn these number crunchers back on. And that's part of the reason why we are powering through this whole thing. Actually, with that being said, I wanted to take just a moment and remember that we've got a whole lot of we haven't done anything On this yet? No. Okay. We've got a whole lot of stuff that hasn't been built yet. And we got a whole lot that's going to need to be built. So I'm going to start. Why did I delete that one? Huh. Oh, they can't reach this because there is a floodgate in the way. Well, I'll tell you what we do with that is we come back in here. I probably didn't actually need to do that. Put an overflow dam, and then in this section, we can just go ahead and put in one of these. We'll be alright for a little bit of time while this whole thing gets put back in. I think that's going to be fine too. But the reason I'm doing this is because I do think we want to move these large water wheels back one slot. I do think we need to do that because then we can get one more here, which means we can then have just 4 in a row instead of 3, and that's going to increase our power output by at least 33%. I'm going to pretend like I actually understand math. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for us to take advantage of all of this. So let's make sure we do it the correct way. And try to get these guys doing something. I'm not going to delete this just yet. We're going to probably keep this in place for the time being, but we are eventually going to turn it into 4 as soon as we have the ability to get in there. Yeah, there's so much going on here. It's going to take them a very long time to get everything finished. And we might get into a kind of concerning spot with the trees if we don't get some of these growing pretty soon. It'll be in a couple of days. Oh, did they finish all the harvesting here? They sure did. All right, well, that's gone. Done with that. All right, I guess we can plant some more trees while this is finishing up. Just turn all this to maple. I guess we'll just keep dragging along as these things become available. And I believe, yeah, those will still work down there. That'll be fine. All right, now this is fine. We'll let a little bit more water into this. A number of you have asked why I haven't built anything on top of the lake yet. Not really any particular reason, aside from I kind of like just looking at it, and I don't want it obscured by anything else. But at some point we will end up doing that. It just has to be necessary, or I'm really going to feel like I need to do it, you know? Alright, this one's going to need some more water as well. I wish there was a way to just kind of automate this, but I can't just put a dam here, or else it's going to fill up until it overflows. So, that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? Boy, this sure fills up slower. Okay, we'll leave that there, just like it is. I guess we've got some more trees we can plop down here. We'll just keep periodically lagging out, monitoring that. Okay, so these are rotating, which is very good. They are rapidly running through most of our wood reserves, which is potentially concerning. Some of these trees should be, well, should be pretty close to being good to go. We might run into a couple problems with supply stuff, but it's fine. I think we'll be okay. I guess we could just make sure this is done so we can go ahead and get everybody coming in from both directions again. Yeah, once this is close enough, then I think we might actually need to put in another couple layers of these levee blocks here if we're going to turn this into a four wide. So probably should just leave maybe just one at the end. That might actually be enough if this is just going to be one block here. But I can't get to this right now because nothing is nothing's connected to it. Okay. And I can't get rid of this. So I guess the best way to do that would actually be to just come in like this, maybe? I think is what we're going to want. Yeah, we're going to have to actually deconstruct this whole thing, I think, in the middle here. Well, we need to do part of that anyway, so I guess that's really not that big of a deal. But it's going to take a little while to get stuff right here. I think if I move this back one spot, then this will just barely fit here. We'll need to take these levees out and turn these into platforms, I think, to get the adequate water flow we want and have this be all the way back here. But that could be a drought season project because this is going to take a whole lot of wood that we just do not have right now. Plus, this is all going to have to go away to be turned into one of these doohickeys right here. Okay, if we put this guy right here, which is what I think we're going to want to do, then we'll have another one go right here. We'll have another one go right here. And then we should have... Yeah, that'll be perfect. We'll just make these the absolute lowest priority, so everything else gets built first. Okay, so our gravity batteries should be going up now because we're making so much more power. And they are. We should probably find another spot to put some gravity batteries. Although it's good that these control towers are going, because now that means our golems will have more ability to get stuff built, which is always good. How close are we to harvesting these trees? Okay, it'll be in a couple days. By a couple days, I mean a week in-game, probably. Now, how far does this reach? Oh, that's perfect, actually. So I guess I'll just put that there. Turn that into a golem only. Looking good, looking good. All right, this can get a lot more trees planted in it. I'm sure I'll get questions about why are you planting so many maple trees. Well, the log yield per day is the highest in the game. And it's not close. So, you have to wait for it, but it is worth the time you spend waiting. Or think about the future here. I don't know. That one? Okay. We'll just have to keep taking a look at that. This is a process, to be sure. And yes, these internal things almost definitely could have just been made into platforms, but you can't build levees on top of platforms, and I like it when stuff looks uniform. These originally were only going to be here for the purpose of getting access to stuff. But I think now these are going to end up being power transfer, mostly. So we'll go ahead and get that in place. I think this is going to end up having to be stuff as well. Yeah, it's going to take them a long time to get here. Probably not happening in today's episode. Unless we get a ton of trees, and I do mean a ton of trees. I just don't see it happening. This is the very exciting part of the playthrough where you spend most of your time waiting. That's always fun, isn't it? Fortunately, this district is still making some wood. Unfortunately, most of the wood that we currently have is in that district, so it's fine. And now we're sending our gravity batteries all the way back to the bottom again because we're drawing more power than we can produce. Because I keep trying to make golems because we need them. And this actually isn't producing anything, so let's go ahead and get that going again. I had forgotten that this was set like this. There we go. Yeah, we'll address this a little bit at some point. I think I was thinking about putting in another large water wheel here, but the way this stuff is set up, I don't think we're going to have room for it. And along here would just be too much effort to be worth it. But I think down here we have room. Maybe if we wanted to put a couple small ones in, we might be able to make that happen. But it's going to be kind of hard to build in here. Unless we were to... see, I can't demolish this unless I have beavers over here to lay the dynamite, which is not going to happen. So I guess that's probably also not going to happen. I'd have to build a platform across here. I don't know, it's just not worth it, I don't think. Besides, we're doing okay. Definitely not perfect. There's plenty to criticize, but overall, I do think stuff is going pretty well. We just have to be a little more careful how we end up doing stuff here, because I can't really move these right now because, one, we need to be making more power. Two, we don't have enough wood to rebuild these if they go away. And we won't for quite some time, because I think probably now until this entire thing is done, we're going to be completely bound by wood. So that's why I am attempting to put so much more down here, is because we're really going to need it. It's going to take a very long time. How close are these? 78%, 85%, 86%. Okay. There's a little bit of this that's going pretty well. We just have so much food we don't need. We'll go ahead and pause that. That way we don't have the inaccessible building notification. Someone said that in a comment. That was very helpful, so thank you to that person. Why is this? Oh, these slowed down because this lets too much water through. That's right. We have to kind of regulate it. It's kind of funny that this breaks like this as soon as I try to get these guys going. I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand sometimes why the game does what it does. Or maybe it's not hard and I'm just dumb. But it definitely doesn't seem like everything is perfectly okay here, if we're going to be brutally honest. Can I fit this one up here? I can. Let's go ahead and get that all taken care of. So I guess for right now, we don't need to build anything aside from this, because the water will turn as it comes out of here. But if we want to build another layer of this, we will need to bring this back around. We'll probably just leave it like this. And again, this isn't getting finished this episode. It's just, there's no way. We don't have enough wood. And most of this is going to be a long time coming. Not to mention this whole thing's kind of a train wreck. But it's fine. Some of this is growing, which is nice. Are we importing? Okay, we don't need to be importing logs. We can stop that immediately. We can stop importing planks, I think. We'll probably be okay if we stop importing planks. We definitely need to import. Actually, all of this is probably fine. That's probably okay. We are rapidly losing our science, as many of you predicted, because of these control towers boosting our golems. So we really need a lot more power than we presently have. I'm going to try to pause a couple things here. See if there's anything I can do without. Definitely need the metal blocks. Can't really get away with that. We definitely need to be replacing the golems because we really need the golems. We got a lot of stuff going on. I just built a lot of control towers because, you know, they're kind of important. So I guess we will turn the number crunchers back on, even though they take a ton of power to run. They are kind of necessary. Now, what are we looking by food? Yeah, we're doing okay. I guess I can pause a couple of these guys that are sucking up power. It's just going to be one of those things. Okay, we probably don't need all of these going for wheat flour. We're probably going to be okay with just these 2 for wheat and 2 for cattail flour. Actually, we probably could be fine with 1 for each. Well, we'll leave 2 for wheat for right now. I know that probably did almost nothing to help our demand, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay, we don't need explosives right now. We can pause that. How much explosives do we have over here? 600. Okay, no. No, we're done. No more explosives. We really don't need it anymore. Yeah, so that's going to be fine when that's all taken care of. All right, so that is in place. It shouldn't have built this yet. It really should not have built these yet. Why? Oh, it can't get to these. It can't get to them. Okay. All right, well, in that case, what we'll just have to do... I think we need a triple floodgate platform. Yeah, we'll do some of this stuff. Because these guys just can't build anything. This will get us up another 2 to try and get down here, I think. They really should not have built these first. I guess they just did because they were inaccessible, which is fine, I guess. Alright, we can go ahead and put in... I guess I'll just leave that one like that in case we ever need it. I was really hoping they wouldn't build these things first because there's just all of this has not been built. Although I think as this edges forward, it will end up getting built. Just, it's one of those things that takes forever and a day to get done. And doesn't necessarily happen in the order that you want, which is annoying. Yeah, I really didn't want them to do these first. Why okay, we'll just pause that so they don't spend any more of the resources. I mean, I'm glad they're here, but there's just so much more that needs to be done right now. And this should help them just a little bit. All right, so what else can we take a look at while we're over here? We have 55 unemployed beavers. Okay. I think we need to maybe think about slowing down some of this stuff. I'll go ahead and pause 6 of these because we just don't need very many, and since we pause these all at the same time, we can unpause them at the same time later and they'll still be staggered. Well, as kind of not really staggered as they were. We definitely don't need a ton more beavers right now. Although I guess if we were really kind of hurting for stuff, we could build some more hauling posts, which I've heard are still very much in demand. All right, now where can I put these? I think I can get away with doing this, maybe? I know that probably wasn't super necessary, but we do, in fact, need haulers to take care of stuff. And that'll help employ some of these other beavers in the time being. Those probably are going to get removed and taken somewhere else eventually anyway, but, it's fine. Hey, this one is rotating. Too bad it's, not connected to anything. Because I haven't been able to do that yet. But now that that's there, we can just kind of slowly work our way back toward things. In fact, in the middle here, we can just start connecting stuff because, it's not going to get blocked. We're making progress. Slowly. I know we're just super behind. Man, they're slow on getting this stuff done over here. In reality, I probably should turn most of this into trees, but it's fine. We still haven't flooded this yet, which is kind of impressive considering the amount of water that's coming off of this, but I guess it just wants to go the shorter route anyway. Which is, fine by me. Not going to be a big deal. The amount of lag we're getting is terrifying me. Drought coming up. Which means once that drought shows up, it's going to be a perfect time for us to relocate these guys. And that way when the wet season comes back, we'll be able to have 4 water wheels here and 4 water wheels here. Hopefully by the time that happens, we'll have everything else built enough. How did you get stuck there? Oh, they built this in the way. Okay, now he's not stranded anymore. That's a strange problem to have. Okay, I think I should have seen this coming, but we actually don't need them to go down to go back up, so I think what we're going to end up doing, I know this seems incredibly wasteful of me, but we're just gonna, you know, have them build this and then get rid of the stairs. It'll give us a couple more squares of range. Should give us 4 more squares of range on the far end. It'll be alright. I think ideally when this is all done, we'll just replace this with the regular levee block, but it's not, so I don't want to force all the water through here because I think it would overflow. But, you know, this is the way it is. We still doing good on water storage? Oh, we're so good. We're doing perfectly. Meanwhile, over here, progress continues at the speed of smell, which, if you've been paying attention, is quite slow. And these number crunchers have not been enough to keep up with our power, or our science drain, rather. So, I think what we're going to try and do, now that this whole area is kind of devoid of a purpose, let's put a bunch of science inventors. I always want to call them science huts. They're not science huts, they're inventors. I want to put a bunch of these guys everywhere. I think this will all reach. So let's actually super high priority these guys. Get them going, I believe. Oh yeah, we're good. Does that actually connect to the door of this one? No. Okay, good. We have so many unemployed beavers that there's no way I wasn't going to do this eventually. So... I guess we'll just do another one of these. Now what can I put here to inspire? Okay, I'm not spending 30 metal blocks on a beaver statue. It was an idea. This may not be the perfect solution, but it is going to help things, and that warehouse no longer has a reason to exist. So that can go bye-bye. Just trying to think if there's a better way to do this. Builder's hut's probably fine where it is, honestly. I guess it doesn't really matter. This is just so unfortunate how this ends up using space here. Have they started building this yet? No. Okay. We will slightly adjust the layout to this. I think I'm gonna have to... Okay, no, that almost worked. Almost. This is so dumb. Why am I doing this? I think I can get away with that. I guess this is just a big old science colony. This temple probably should have gone somewhere else. But it's a little late for that now. Just get these guys to make some science for us. Alright, I suppose now I have no reason to not let them build this. Just in the interest of having everything taken care of. I think it's going to be fine. Well, at least these things are all being used. See, now our science is increasing drastically. Which is exactly what we wanted to happen. Okay, this can actually be harvested now, which is fantastic. No available workers. I guess we'll just turn this into a regular beaver. That is okay. That was always allowed. Get these things cut down immediately. Post haste. Alright, now we have all of those things built. I don't think we can really afford to shut these off yet. But we're going to get there. It's going to be... Oh, I didn't unpause this, that's why. It's going to be interesting to see how this ends up going here. Alright. I guess... I could just do this. I also should probably be using the delete tool. I just never, ever think to do it. Put this here. Alright, drought started. Good. As soon as this stops turning, we're going to start moving these. Because I want to make sure this is as done as it can be before the water comes back in 5.8 days. I guess we're just waiting on planks? Yeah. Alright. Good progress being made. Very good. There we go. Now someone just needs to finish it. And then we'll come back with this. And very slowly make our way back over here. Once these are built. And we still have some water coming out, but that's probably going to stop very quickly here. There's not too much more depth to be had. And obviously once this is complete, this is going to be a full 2 or 3 high opening to make sure we can always make use of it. But that time is not now. And this has stopped turning, which therefore means these can all go away. Now what we're going to have to do is shift each of these little power things left a little bit, which is going to be kind of annoying, but that one will work just fine there. This one here, this one here, and this one here. So what we're going to end up having to do is actually coming in and deleting. Well, these are going to have to be redone anyway, but we'll have to create a little passageways here. And these are only 1 log each, so it's not that big of a deal. But that's going to have to be dealt with appropriately. So really all this exists for is to just move this stuff over. This needs to be a 3-way. Because once this stuff's all built, we have to seal this off as well. Which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. You just kind of have to wait for stuff to get built. But once this is done, then we'll be in good shape. We might not have to get rid of this, although I might want to do it anyway. Actually, since there's no power coming through here, now's probably a great time to just do it. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I hope they hadn't already put stuff in there I hadn't checked. So what we're going to do here is just make our little staircase that we had been doing. I think this is what I had set up. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as it connects in the end. I think this is fine. Yeah, that'll be good there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these two kind of speed built, I guess. Bump those way up to the top here. And by those, I mean these three. Because I have to get this built before I can build this one, which is pretty important. And then once all this is done, I have to take all of this out, but I can't do that until all of this is done. So you can very easily see how this quickly turns into a kind of a rat trap, if you will. Although I think they can reach all of this from the back side, so that's probably not actually that big of a deal. Yeah, that's going to be fine. It's these ones on the bottom that are going to be a problem. Although we are making good progress, I think these should be all good to go once we have everybody come back here with stuff that we need to make sure is done. I guess I probably should have marked the platforms that these things are sitting on as super important as well. So we'll take a moment here to do that. What's astounding is we haven't ran out of wood yet, so I guess they're just not quite as fast as I expected them to be. We just need... Oh, wow. Okay, no, I did mark those for cutting, so why is this guy... Okay, it's full. That's why. That's why. Stuff is not getting picked up. How many hauling posts do we have? We have... That's why. This needs to be regular beavers. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Okay, what about this one? Is this full? It is. Okay, that's good. I guess we'll just leave that at 0.5. That's probably fine. Okay, yeah, they're doing fine. They'll be okay. Of course, this can't do anything because it's too low. That is what it is. That was always going to be a problem. Alright, now how are we looking over here? Still haven't built this. Oh, that's because I haven't placed it down yet, huh? That's fine. We'll just mark that as high priority, and this one is slightly less high priority. Okay, so that's connected. That's good. Now we just need planks, which is a problem because we don't have... That was the wrong side of the thing. I turned all these off, which I now have to undo because we need planks. we have not enough planks. So I guess what we probably should be doing... No, I'm not even using that one. I'm going to stop importing planks because we'll need them over here to do all the rest of this stuff. Alright, so that is set up correctly. I guess it's time to start getting rid of this. But this has to be first. Man, this is slow. 9 frames per second. 6. Okay, the frame rate doesn't get any better when I zoom in. That's fine. Is that built yet? Yes, it is. Alright, let's put in another. Come on. Boy, the game does not like doing this. Let's make sure that's the correct orientation. It should have been. Because it was all green. Should have seen that one coming. Let's get these built. This is going to take forever because we don't have enough planks. But it's not crucial to get power flowing again. That's what matters. I really should have built it this way in the first place. I don't know why it didn't. Just kind of dumb. Not thinking about stuff. Okay, so now we put this guy in. We do this annoying cat and mouse game of trying to catch up to stuff we have to put in areas that we can't build in because we have to wait for something else to get built. But it's not the end of the world. It'll be fine. We'll just have to go one square at a time. Now we are going to run into a problem here that we don't have levees here. And we're going to have to delete these to put in the power shafts, which is decidedly not ideal. All right, let's get that thing built. But I think we're about to have enough wood here anyway to still be okay. It's just going to be, you know, kind of annoying. To put in 2 levees is going to be 24 logs, or I can put in platform for, well, we don't have planks, so it's going to have to be the logs. I know that sounds dumb, but we, you know, literally don't have planks, and I need them to build the water wheels. So that's just going to have to be how it is. Okay, that did get the whole thing. That's good. I cannot wait for update 3 when we get partial reimbursement for materials when we tear stuff down. That's going to make it so much easier to do these big projects because you're having to build scaffolding all the time. And that's just not going to work. Okay, we're a lot further along on the planks than I thought, actually. I did not expect us to be in such a good position. But I guess they're literally just taking these straight out of the factories. Which is fine, I guess. Alright, get this thing built. Lather, rinse, repeat. Over, and over, and over. We have 1 day left. I think we're going to be fine. It's just a little annoying, labor-intensive to get this done. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't want that one. There we go. Getting all this exactly correct hooked up is very important because this is going to hugely boost our power output as soon as that's done. And if we can just get a little bit more done here, we'll be in that much better of shape. I think I'm going to have to extend this. Do we still have enough room? How did I miss that? Yeah, we're good. All right, looking good. So we're almost back. And I am not going to have the patience to sit here and do this for too much longer. Yeah, so let's get this show on the road. Let's get it going, folks. Come on. Oh, of course, this guy runs out of power right when he gets here. Go get charged. You're going to be all right. There we go. All right. Got the home stretch now. World's least efficient building method. Alright, so this needs to go up 1 level, so this is going to end up being, I think, another straight one. Looks like it, yeah. And then this next one will be the level up, and then we'll have the other dude right here. It's too bad there aren't any power shafts that are purely vertical. I feel like that would be a huge improvement to add in, because then we could have just had this one shaft and had verticals come down from it and then just go over. There's no reason it can't work. They just don't have that item, which is fine, I guess. Drought's over, so we really want to get this going as quickly as possible, because this is going to fill up pretty quickly the next 30 seconds or so. So let's get this show on the road. Mark that as high priority. Build it. Please do not leave before it is done. Thank you. Alright, so now this one is going to need 2 of these, and then we'll put in 1 of these. Make sure we mark this as high priority. Oh, they're already doing it. Okay. I guess I don't have to worry about it. I guess that's what I wanted. No, I was going to put another thing here. That's fine. It shouldn't affect the flow too much. Let's get this thing on the road here. We still don't have water coming through here yet, which is helpful for this. All right, come on. Let's go get this thing built. Just a little bit more, and that's done, which means this is done, which means this can now finally get that. All right, get this thing in here pronto. We can really take advantage of now 8 of these wheels. And that's exciting. Because this should be... Here we go. Beautiful. Now we're just waiting for more water to come in. That is looking good. Yeah. Stuff is going quite well. I can plant some more trees. I guess we'll put in 2 more of these. We've got plenty of trees that need to be cut. I guess we just need to build more hauling posts, huh? Get these things emptied out. Oh, I know they're not replanting before they harvest any of this stuff. Come on, man. No. No, you come harvest this. I gotta turn this into trees. Alright, in the meantime, we can fill this back up a little bit. It's good to know we're still in pretty good shape despite building all these ridiculous contraptions. Oh, that's all dry. Okay, well, I'm glad I took a look over here. Because that would be annoying to have to grow that from scratch again. Alright, that is almost good to go. I think all the control towers are built now, which is good. Yeah, and we have a lot of science, which is better. Alright, we'll cut that off again. Okay. Power-wise, we're still not making a ton, because this hasn't started rotating yet. Guess this hasn't filled up all the way. But look at this. Look how glorious this is. Even this little guy on the end is getting in on the action. That is a sight for sore eyes. That's a thing of beauty right there. So now we got 8 of these guys. Just off of the wastewater from our drinking and our... well, I guess they use this just for drinking. But that's good. That is very encouraging to see. And they're all contributing. You love to see it. I just realized I connected this at both ends and I absolutely didn't have to. Why did I do that? I really didn't need to. Oh well. Guess there's not really any reason not to do it, outside of it just being kind of a waste of time and materials. Yeah, I'm not upset about it. I'm glad we got these guys inventing down here. So now we can actually use these points for stuff. As we keep getting more. All right. I just keep popping more and more and more of these in. I guess I could just kind of do all this. Is the forester going to reach all the way up here? It sure will. Somehow I don't think it's going to plant back there, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Okay, how many unemployed beavers do we have here? 9. 9 unemployed beavers. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll switch those out, and that should pretty much even it. We have 5, I guess, cogheads, golems, that aren't really doing anything right now. Which is fine, I guess. Not everything has to be work, work, work all the time, does it? I guess we could turn these 2 back on and just make them into grist mills for our golems to work on. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Alright, so now a lot of this is done. What are these guys just kind of waiting? I guess we really do need that many more haulers, huh? Alright, let's build another hauling post. Just because I guess you can never have too many hauling posts in this game. This game yearns for hauling, I suppose. Alright, where do I want to put this? Oh, that's actually not a bad spot for it. And now this is moving a lot faster. So now we're actually kind of making a decent amount of power. It's a shame it took so long for it to get done, but I think we can be pretty happy with that. And now our wood supply will have a little bit of a chance to recover. But man, am I glad that this is mostly done. Actually, I want to go ahead and put in a couple more on this side. Just to kind of flesh this out a little bit. Oh, they're not going to be able to reach this, so that's going to be annoying. That is going to irritate the ever-loving you-know-what out of me. Is this still going to reach all the way through here? I guess? Maybe? Can I stack? I can. Okay, good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put on a suspension. Oh, no, we're not. We gotta unlock the 2x. Because this little doohickey right here is going to allow these 2 to get built. And this little path here is going to allow these 2 to get built. All will be well in the world. And of course, the ultimate goal here is to stop all of this flooding from happening. And then, of course, eventually, we're going to have probably another layer here. And if we have one more layer, we'll have 2 more. So I guess that's probably going to be the last project for today's episode. So I guess we can watch them build this while we do our little debrief here. Yeah, we are now almost 20 episodes into the Iron Teeth playthrough. The Folktales playthrough, I stopped at 19 and did a couple of live streams. And I don't think there's going to be that much more to do with the Iron Teeth. I know we haven't gotten to our terraforming yet. I definitely want to get into that. So that'll probably be coming up soon. And then there's some other stuff like this third monument we haven't built. We have all these decoration things, and then I want to put in a carousel and a mud bath and all that. We've got a little bit more to do and a couple other things I want to try, but we will pretty soon be coming up to the end of this playthrough as well. And a lot of you have requested a hardcore playthrough. So we'll see if that's something that I'm able to get going. I would like to try it. Probably would want to do it on the Iron Teeth faction, just because I think it's going to be a little easier because of how they handle a couple of different game mechanics. Yeah, feel free to leave your comments below if you want to see a hardcore playthrough and anything else you might want to take a look at in the game. I know a lot of you have suggested mods. Probably not going to get into those anytime soon, but I would like to check it out eventually. I know we have other stuff to get back to. I know Ostriv has been severely neglected the last month because I've been doing so many Timberborn videos. But you guys like them, so I don't want to stop doing something that people like watching, so you know how that goes. But yeah, we're going to get back into Ostriv hopefully soon. I have time this weekend to do a live stream of that. And then, of course, we have these other city building games I've been trying to get into for so long, but the allure of Timberborn is just too strong. Very powerful. So we'll do what we can when we can, as the eternal motto continues to be. But yeah, that is, I think that's all we have to take care of. I just want to see them finish the rest of this selfishly so I can just declare this quote-unquote done and move on to another project, which is, again, probably going to be terraforming the next episode or two. Get the last of the stuff done. And then I think we'll be pretty much good to go. We've solved the problem of food storage. We've solved the problem, well, we haven't solved food storage necessarily. We've solved food cultivation. We have our population crash completely recovered from. Got a ton of golems. I guess the only thing we really haven't tried ever before is a completely golem-only district, which is, I guess, something we could maybe do at the end of this one. But other than that, I think for all intents and purposes, we're pretty close to beating the game again. So, not too terribly much more to get done, but we will definitely do the best we can on the end of this, and then move on to whatever's next. So again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or just want to say hi or whatever, feel free to drop a comment below. I read every comment. I respond when I can and when that's something that adds to discussion. So feel free to engage. I always love talking about the game with people, especially the fantastic community that we're starting to develop here. And I cannot wait to see what we do next with all of our different playthroughs. I am hopefully in the near future going to be finally opening up my Discord server I had made in February or March of this year and then just never got around to finishing it. But yeah, so keep an eye out in the community tab for that. Probably won't be super soon, but that is on the roadmap. I've just got to, sit down and set stuff up. But we'll have that going. We can talk all sorts of fun city building stuff and other things in there. And pretty much anything else you can think of. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this magnificent with these rotating wheels? We'll go to 1x speed. Yeah, I love that. And we're making pretty good power, too. It's outputting 196, and I think the approximately expected one is 180. Yeah, that's what it says. Can't be too upset with that. These are all working over here. Stuff's just going well. I think we can be really proud of what we've built so far. We haven't done anything with mines yet, which is, I guess, kind of a product of them being far away from our start. And we just haven't needed the metal. Because we have enough. Like, we still have some over here. If we really, really wanted to, we could put another district over here and just make our way over. But I'm not worried about it. I don't think we really need to do it to fully complete this playthrough. So we're probably not going to mess with it. Sorry to say, but if we end up doing it, you guys will be the first to know because it'll happen in one of these videos. But yeah, again, this is super cool looking. Let's turn off the HUD, just kind of appreciate it for a little bit. I like this. This was always my end goal when I started making this giant reservoir, was to use it to store water for drinking and also for power generation. So that's fun to see. It's nice to see, I guess, what now, 5 episodes worth of a whole bunch of beaver labor finally come to fruition. So that's always fun. But that is all the time we've got for today. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking some time out of your day to watch these videos and interact and participate in the community. It is fantastic. I always love talking again, so please feel free to comment. I will respond when I can, and I look forward very, very much to the next time we're able to have some more Timberborn. Probably going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow being Saturday, since this video will go up on Friday morning. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. Can't wait to have you there with me again as we continue our journey and look to complete the Iron Teeth playthrough. Maybe this weekend, maybe early next week. But again, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Until we see you again, have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.